Don't forget to check out my Patreon, link in the description down below, where we do exclusive content for videos that get blocked on YouTube, like Level Up Project 1, 2, and 3, Twice Sees the Light, Blackpink House, AT's Treasure Film, Blackpink's documentary. Tons of blocked performances are on there as well, and certain tours such as Red Mare, Red Room, Twice Lights, Twice Land, the Blackpink The Show online concert, Shiny World 4, and tons of Knowing Bro episodes, and so much more. Link in description down below. Hey guys, Angie here, and today we have Big Bang on the documentary episode. Are we on episode 4? I think we're on episode 4. Load. Yes, episode 4. This is, I think, Daesang's episode. So I'm excited about that. Well, his episode, where like they're kind of focusing on each member at this point. So I guess the last 1 or 2, I can't math right now. 2, was the first one about G-Dragon? I guess the last episode would be just an general one. I don't actually know how many episodes there are. There might be more than 8. But anyways, apologies. I was supposed to react to this before I left on vacation, and then I didn't have time. I forgot what happened. And then afterwards, I just had to catch up on some new stuff because this is more like a side thing that I'm doing. I think next post about Big Bang is going to be more music videos. Like, we'll take a little cut and do that because I don't want to just do this. So yeah, let's just hop into the video. I love this intro.
대한민국 대표 프로듀서 양현석, 그가 직접 선발한 재능 있는 6명을 소개한다. 화려한 테크닉의 리더 권지용.
Okay, we know. Come on. My Jam's in the background. That way we play this.
영배가 노래를 무조건 잘할 거라고 생각했는데 갑자기 지용이가 막 노래를 세우려고 해. 어떻게 되냐고. 너는 인간이 큰일이야. 그리고 너 작은
Get out!
너는
Die. I remember this part.
너 계속 그렇게 연습하면 영배처럼 된다.
Like I said, I think he's just doing this to kind of encourage him, I guess, in the weird way he does.
되게 무대한 사람이지. 표정을 감정을 가지고 하는 건 괜찮은데 이건
아니야. This photo shoot, man. They're showing a lot of flashback in the beginning of this. I mean, these were all in the last episode. This one was sad though. Ooh, what song is this? I think for Big Bang we're gonna go in order of debut forward rather than backwards, which is what I would usually do. That's kind of creepy. Yeah, most of this was in the end of last episode. Was there a song here? Hello? Was it copyrighted? Okay, I guess it was copyrighted because it's mute. Aww. Yes, my baby! He was like the OG Sunshine, right? Sunshine movie?
음악하는 거 별로 좋아하지 않으니까 찍지 마세요.
아버지는 가수를 향한 아들의 꿈을 원치 않았다.
Okay, is that really his dad? It felt very staged. Not saying like that's not true. It just this felt weird.
찍지 마세요.
Like it looks like he's gonna smile when he said it.
꿈을 원치 않았다.
Oh, his voice is so soft. Well, Peach, look at him now. Sorry, my chick. What about his mom?
강대성, 멋진 가수를 꿈꾸는 18 소년의 열망과는 달리 그의 아버지는 대부분의 부모처럼 그저 올바르고 평범하게 자라주길 바랬다.
Okay, well he is. Even if like he didn't become that famous.
희망을 가진 아버지가 무척이나 엄한 탓에 아들 대성은 늘 마음 한켠이 무거울 수밖에 없었다.
Oh my god.
밥을 먹다가 숟가락을 던지고 반찬이 있더라고 불평하면은 하루 동안 밥을 안 드시고.
Okay. I really like that's abuse. like that's abuse. Like but it's so sad because like that's probably really normal, especially at that time in Korea. Like one would say that's not abuse because he's not hitting him or something, but to not feed your child for 3 days because he threw a fit, like food is not like it's not like the TV or something like that. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try to just okay. And he's smiling as he says it, and that makes me even I want to cry. I did more research at the end of this video, and I felt like the dad was very villainized a lot in this based on some research I did, which I talked about at the end. But this part still really bothered me because Daesung's the one who said it. But yeah, we'll talk about it more at the end. Let me know how you guys feel about all this. That's not okay.
아버지가 반대를 되게 많이 하셨는데
Oh, it's his sister.
아마 대성이가 열심히 해도 아버지는 아마 그 뜻을 굽히지는 않으실 거고 계속 반대하실 거고.
I'm gonna look up his dad and see if he like changed after. But then I would feel suspicious. Kind of like I guess like Justin Bieber's dad, who only came into his life because he was famous. Like people say that's not there, but it's very ironic that it happened. I would feel like even if his dad turned around and supported him, I'd just be like, well, now you're just doing that because he's famous. Weird. I don't know. I don't like his dad. His last name's Kang? Oh. I don't know why. Well, did I ever know his last name? I don't know why I thought it'd be like
대성의 보컬
Kim or something.
오늘 수업의 주안점은 청중에 대한 적응력이다.
Okay, adjustment. He seems okay, it's hard not to like analyze, like that's why reacting to documentaries can be really hard because you're literally being shown the slice of their life and therefore that's the only thing you can comment on. And for Daesung, I just feel like he's the person, this is just an assumption basically, that he's the type of person who kind of just keeps smiling. I mean, he's kind of said that anyways. I feel like I've heard him say something along that line before. Like maybe it was during a week later or something. But he, like even when he said that thing about his dad, he was smiling. But you could tell it wasn't like a genuine smile. And here he's smiling out of like nerves a little bit. Oh, he's so cute. Look at them laughing at him. They're so annoying. He like aged backwards. The hair, man. I
다시
can't.
시작된 대성의 노래. 짙은 호소력을 기르기 위해선 무엇보다 지금과 같은 감정 몰입이 우선이다. 그런데 취재진의 카메라에도 이미 익숙해진 그가 주변의 장난에 그만 웃음을 터뜨린다.
Stop laughing at him. They're so jerks. No, I think a pro would.
언제나 화기애애한 보컬 수업. 사실 이러한 수업을 받기 전까지 대성은 그저 막연한 동경만을 가진 가수 지망생이었다.
처음에 들어왔을 때 오디션 본
아.
팝송 외에는 팝송을 전혀 몰랐어요. 그래서 저희가 진짜 그걸 안 물어본 걸 후회하게 만들었거든요. 팝송은 어떻게 공부해야 되고 어떤 식으로 하라고 살짝의 조언을 해줬을 뿐인데 한 달 후에
Was he into classical or was he into
저희 사무실에서
trot?
레슨 정도 수준을 넘었어요.
스펀지가 물을 흡수하듯 대성은 놀라운 습득력으로 성장을 거듭했다.
Well, to me, out of all the members, he was always the one that seemed the most stand out. Like, not in like I just noticed him the most. Like he literally looked like he was kind of like he looks the most different from them. Even Sungri, like he looks the most out of place, but like in a good way. Like he works, but I could see him being someone who, out of the five, wasn't naturally ingrained with the music they were doing. Which I guess would make sense when you look at all their solo music. His is the most different. I mean, they all have their own little styles though, but his is just the most different from all of them.
하지만 그가
Not in a good or bad way, just.
무엇보다 외모에 대한 편견을 이겨냈다는 거다.
Oh my god.
아카데미 담당하시는 분이 저한테 진짜 YG는 얼굴 절대 안 보시는 분이서 딱 이렇게 말씀을 하고
Doesn't piss me off. I don't like these parts.
사무실 식구들도 다 제일 못
Fire the employee, like what the? Oh wait, if we did that, we'd have to fire YG too, because he says that all the time too.
사무실 앞에 팬분들 많이 모여 있잖아요. 지금 현재는 그 배성분을 쫓아다니는
Oh,
여자친구.
see, because I mean, I think he's gorgeous, but personality always overcomes.
소리 때문에 원래 여기 들어오기 전에도 YG 들어왔는데 꿈이었어요 저는. 그냥 얼굴 안 본다는 소리예요.
Sweetie,
유명 가수가
please.
되기보다 외모에 대한 사회적 통념을 깨기가 더욱 어려운 게 현실. 하지만 그 답답한 현실 속에서도 보란듯이 성공한 가수가 있다. 그리고 그러한 가수를 키워낸 곳이 있다는 사실만으로도 대성에겐 커다란 희망이었습니다.
It's sad that YG accustomed themselves even now to, like, they were the ones that were against that, even though they were kind of rude anyways. But still, like, they were the ones that were against the looks, but now they are literally looking for looks now. It's just kind of sad that they didn't stick to their morals.
아까운 미소인가. 학업 포기를 원치 않은 아버지 때문에 대성은 연습생 중 유일하게 매일 등교한다.
I feel like that's pretty normal still to this day, just to go to school while you're training. Was it normal back then, or was he one of the few that still did it?
그런데 오늘은 공교롭게도 시험 성적표가 기다리고 있었다.
누가 하루 만에 나와? 더워요. 수업 시간에는 그냥 조용히 그냥 환기하고 있던가 좀 자보면은 그 호흡 연습하면 손 떨려서 잠이 안 오거든요. 호흡 연습하고 막 노래 생각하면서 박자 맞추고 그렇게 계속 있어요. 아침에는 어디 앉아서 계속 허밍만 하는데 왜 친구들을 만나면 깨져요. 흥분해가지고
He's so
아유,
cute.
뭐하고 사냐고 맨날 보는데 맨날 반가우니까 하루 종일 노래만 연습하는데 나올 때 준비하고 있는
Why do these guys just look like 40?
친구들과 작별 인사를 나눈 뒤에
It's definitely the hair, but it's just so funny. Like, Jason aged backwards. But I always say this, like, trainees just look older because they're like stressed and tired. And once they debut, also makeup, of course. But like even when they're not wearing makeup, like on reality shows, you know, they look their actual age.
대성이 가장 좋아하는 휘성의 보컬 레슨이 있는
휘성.
날이기에 그의 목소리가 더욱 힘차다. 무대를 주름잡고 있는 현업 가수들은 연습생들에게 있어서 더할 나위 없이 좋은 선생님. 그런데 대성의 제스처에 휘성이 그만 웃음을 터뜨린다.
I think it's cute. Yeah, get it. He did. He looked like he was still making music. His shirt is so cringy.
노래에 대한 너의 감정, 그런 표현을 적극적으로 하라는 얘기지.
Well, he does that now, so
그래서 이런 거 하라고 그런 건 아니야.
I always said he's the one that I think emotes the best.
뭔가를 이렇게
So we see the origin of that.
내 말을 좀 믿어준다면
동작에서부터 눈빛 하나까지 세심한 관찰과 지도를 아끼지 않는 휘성이다.
그런 느낌을 잘 가지고 대성이 같은 경우에는 되게 저랑
Is Huisong from
케이스예요. 굉장히 욕심이
what
너무
group?
많고 순간적인 감정
Oh,
몰입이
it's in Korean. I can't.
대성이 같은 경우 그게 가수한테 굉장히 필요하거든요. 감정선을 표현하는 데 있어서 순간적으로 몰입한다는 거는 청중을 한 번에 자기한테 집중시킬 수
Yes, yes.
하고 있다니.
Oh, do I know this song? Wait, did someone from Treasure do this song? Oh wait, we'll come back. We'll come back. I'll rewind it. Why does that title sound familiar? I think Jungwoo sang that from Treasure. I think he sang that. Yep. Yes, he did. No! Did he do that on purpose? Because of Jason? Wow, my favorite vocalist in Treasure sang the song that my favorite vocalist in Bigbang auditioned with. That sounded so familiar to me because I watched this video like a billion times. Okay, let's rewind. Let's rewind. Give it a proper. I'm gonna cry. Okay, don't cry. It's amazing, but it's the video that's funny to me. Wait, give me more of it.
그 친구가 점점 이제 노하우를 쌓다 보면은 이제 남들을 리드할 수 있는 그런 스타일을
Yes.
기본적인 노래 볼 때 필이나 감정이나 이런 것들은 굉장히 좋은 것 같아요. 그래서 기대가 가장 많이 되고.
Oh, I want more.
아직 다른 짝고 나타나지 않아서 그렇지 조금만 가르치고 연습만 한다면 굉장히 많이 늘 친구 같다라는 생각을 왠지 모르겠어요.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
아니나 다를까 지금 여기 온 지 한 4개월 반 정도
Oh my god, I forgot he had a short period. Oh my
대부분
god.
여성분들 중에서는 노래 실력이 아마 거의 으뜸이라고 해도 과언이 아닐 정도로 노래가 상당히 많이 늘었고
Bitch. She's this good after only a few months. No wonder he's like one of the best freaking vocalists ever. Like, fight me. Oh, I want a full video of that.
그 사람이 최고인 이유가 노래를 보고 출근하고 다 이렇게 다른 모든 사람들이 인정하는 그런 노력과
Wait, who's he talking about? I see why he does so well in Japan.
노래에 대한
It makes
감성 하나로
sense.
시작된 대성의 연습 생활. 무릇 뛰어난 가창력이 가수의 기본이라지만 보컬이란 중책을 맡은 대성으로서 노래 실력을 다듬는 데 매진할
Look at the way he's
수밖에
sitting
없다.
up.
하지만 밤이 되면 대성은 또다시 발걸음을 재촉해야 한다.
집에 이제 가야 돼요. 11시
His shirt is so funny.
엄청 늦었네요.
숙소
Home.
생활을 반대하는 아버지 때문에 집으로 향했다.
Yeah, I was going to ask this. I don't want to make assumptions, man, but just his dad gives me bad feels. He gives me bad feels. I understand this though, because I've always wondered and found it odd how trusting parents are of their idols living in dorms, even at like such young ages. Like the one group East High Life. There's a group, I forgot who, but they were being, trigger warning, there's gonna be some dark talk here. They were being abused, and then their dorm life was disgusting, but their parents would go to the dorm and see it, and instead of, being like, come back home, they'll just call a plumber. And I'm like, you don't have to live in a dorm, do you? Because I've seen a lot of trainees who don't live in dorms, like even because I thought when you're underage you don't live in a dorm, but I guess I was wrong. And also I just realized when I thought that, I remembered, oh yeah, Jungkook was like 15 and lived in a dorm. I don't know. I guess it could be considered like boarding school. You let your kid live there, but boarding school is a lot more usually structured, and there's multiple dorms, and like it's more safe in most ways. While dorms from companies usually are just a random apartment, like that you rent out, especially for like smaller companies. I don't know. So I get why his dad wouldn't want him to live there, but I don't think that's the reason why. I don't think it's because. But hey, I don't know his dad. Maybe he's just being shown in a harsher light for the sake of the documentary to dramatize it. You guys let me know how all that works.
아침엔 가수가 되려 학교를 떠나야 하고 밤에는 아버지를 위해 연습실을 나서야 한다.
Yeah, this could be just dramatized. We'll look it up after, because I'm curious if he's said anything since then. Look at that smile. One cool thing.
대성에 대한 이야기가 기획회의에 올랐다. 양 대표가 걱정하는 건 대성의 과도한이었습니다.
대성이가 저렇게 연습하면 위험하다고. 대성이가
Well, he's still underage, right? So
계속 노래를 해.
his voice in general is still growing.
복도를 왔다 갔다 하면 계속 희성이 왔구나 그러고 노래가 소리 들려. 보면 복도에 가면 복도에 앉아서 자기 혼자 계속 노래 연습하거든. 그때 멈추긴 해야 돼. 희성이가 계속 그렇게 연습하면은 완전히 뭐 그냥 어떻게 된다 그러더라고.
My heart wants to be like, oh, he cares about him, but my mind's like, he cares about him because if his voice doesn't work well, he can't be in the group. Like if he strains it too much. So
그래서 오히려 그냥 한 번 연습하자 제대로 연습하게 하고 이분 말도 좀 잘하고.
오늘 사랑하는
Aw.
대성이 생일이기 때문에
is he turning
깜짝
19?
겸
Suisu. The hat, love it.
생일을 맞은 대성을 위해 팀원들이 나섰다. 몰래 카메라 뺨치는 깜짝 파티.
Always gotta prank this poor boy. Why do they always, groups always want to just hurt their members' heart before giving them a cake?
계획을 모르는 건
It's like, here, be sad. So you're extra happy when you get the cake. It's so sad.
연습실 어떻게 여기는 사람들 작고
His voice is so young here.
자신을 속이리라곤 꿈에도 생각 못하는 눈치. 그 시각 지용과 영배는 대성이 생일 선물을 사러 거리로 나섰다.
대성이 생일 축하한다.
Why is he always wearing this outfit?
드디어 모든 준비를 마쳤다.
작전요원들이 출발했답니다.
마침내 시작된 생일맞이 몰래 대작전.
Oh, this is so sad.
첫 번째 단계는 바로 공포 분위기 조성. 이를 위해 YG 사감 선생님 고형 씨가 악역을 자처했는데.
야, 왜 교수님 전화 안 받냐?
예?
교수님 왜 전화 안 받냐?
최상식 옆인데 전화를 못 받았고요.
아, 진짜? 아까 줬어. 갔다가.
일부러 화를 내는 고형 씨.
너 왜 전화 안 받아? 야, 내가 두 번이나 했는데 왜 전화를 안 받아? 야, 누나 전화 안 받으면 짜증나는 거 알지? 전화기 좀 옆에서 갖고 있어라. 애들도 다 전화 제대로 안 받고. 야, 너 아침에 애들이랑 숙소 정리하자고 연락 받았어, 못 받았어?
I love how casual she is right now.
승민이 바꿔봐.
그녀의 물오른 연기에
I like that
대해서
it's big Sunghyun. Cause
야,
예.
숙소가 너무 엉망이야.
she's smiling.
고영 씨의 큰 승연의 눈치는 난데없는 벼락에 어쩔 줄 모르는
Oh,
대성이
he
애꿎은
looks so
전화기를
innocent.
내만지며 가슴을 졸인다.
Look at his face. Y'all are trash for this.
영문도 모르고 그저 숙소를 향해 내달리는 대성이 초조한 그의 모습과는 달리 아이들은 뒤에서 열심히 하시는 모습을
I can't. There's a, what if he turned around and saw that?
기다리고 있던 지용이 대성이
Oh, this hair music.
마침내 생일 케이크에 불이 켜진다.
Okay, at least they didn't keep it going too long. I thought he was gonna get home and he'd be scolded even worse. Okay, but he did have to run down the street. Okay. Cry. Sorry, I like when they cry. Oh, he's a cutie pie. We stand.
축하 노래가 끝났어도 대성은 아직 어리둥절한 눈치. 촛불을 끈 그제야 자신의 생일이 실감나나 보다.
Look, he's so cute. He's so cute.
감쪽같이 속은 생일 파티. 대성의 얼굴엔 행복한 웃음이
Why do I want to cry right now? Why he's so tall compared to her, but he looks like such a baby.
선물 아니면 생일
Look at
축하한다고
him.
정말 듣겠구나 하고 그렇게 하고 있었는데 아침부터 막 계속 준비를 했다니까 너무
That's so sweet. And like at this point, they don't know he's a permanent. Like they don't know. You're doing all this without even being sure you're gonna spend like low key the rest of your life with this person. Like even if they don't have another comeback or something, like you're still linked to this person for your life basically. They don't even know that at this point, but they spent that time and took that kind of risk of missing practice and stuff in their lessons to do this. That just shows how much they love him regardless of knowing this. Because in their mind, they could be like, okay, well, he's trained the least, I believe, right? So they could, in their mind, think he won't even make the route. I think at this point, they think Seungri isn't going to make it. Because Taeyong and... Oh, I think Seungri trained the least. Regardless, he barely trained.
그런데 생일보다 더욱 기억에 남을 날이 다가왔다. 대성의 아버지를 고형 씨가 초청했다.
Okay.
어떻게 지내는지를 먼저 보여드리는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
여러분이 반대하잖아요. 지금 고등학생이면 한참 공부할 나이인데.
Wow, he looks so much like his dad.
한명 넣을 겁니다. 당장 뭐 치킨에서도 분명히 글쎄 가수한다고 해가지고 학교를 못 다녀버렸어요. 공부 포기하고 그래서.
그러니까 어머님한테 꼭 말씀드리고 싶은 게 있다 그래서 저희가 영상 편지로 만들어봤거든요.
Why didn't he just meet him in person? I don't, like, if they made their time to do this, surely he could have went. Like, I don't understand why he couldn't see his dad in person. Also, he lives with his dad. Yeah, why didn't he just alright, we'll see, I guess.
아빠 대선이에요. 보통 음악한다고 그러고 아빠 속썩이고 아빠한테 대들고 그랬던 거 너무.
No, but like he shouldn't be apologizing. Like, if he dropped out and didn't tell his dad or something, I'd be like, well, maybe, yeah. But like, he's still going to school, he's still staying home, like he's doing everything his dad wants while still pursuing his own dream. It wasn't like he went against his dad. Like, he's done basically everything his dad has asked. So in my mind, it's like, what are you sorry for? But like, sadly, I get, because it's like, that's how, I think even in America, like, your parents are against that type of thing in basically everywhere, but obviously it's more even strenuous there. So especially, this is like 2000, like what, 4, I forgot what year this is, but it's old. So but it's still sad. Like, I'm still upset that he has to, like, he thinks he has to apologize, even though he's being a really good son by staying with his dad despite being offered to live in the dorms, and which would also create a bit of a wall, because when you live in the dorms, that's a big part of, I think, why groups usually get along and like become a family, is because you live together and you're kind of forced to be a family. Sometimes it doesn't go very well, as we see with like Jimin and Mina. For which group is it? AOA. But most of the time it works out because you're forced to build a bond. And him not living in the dorms is kind of breaking that a little bit. So that's a pretty big risk. And then he's going to school, so I don't know if he wanted to leave school, but if he did, that also is a big risk, because now he is more tired, which will affect his practice compared to, like, this is kind of a competition of him getting into the group, and following his dad's orders is actually risking a lot of that. So his dad's not, it's just ruining a lot of this.
그렇게 생각하고 있는데
He's a really good son.
평소에 아빠 만나려면 그런 말 못해줘서
Oh,
말하고 싶은데 그냥 아빠 앞에만 있으면
I see why. See, you're building a wall.
진짜 언제나 고맙게 생각하고 있어요.
Wow, he looks so much like his dad. It's kind of scary.
아빠가 막 일하고 들어와서 집에서 그렇게 피곤해서 막 있는 모습 보면 진짜 꼭 그럴 때마다 생각하는 건데, 정말 성공해서 아빠 이제 고생 그만시켜야겠다 너무 다짐하고, 더 다음날 뭐 와서 더 열심히 하고 그러는데, 정말
Oh, don't cry. If he cries, don't cry. Don't cry.
이제
But
그동안
I hope his dad apologizes to him.
그런 거
I hope it goes both ways.
진짜 꼭 크게 성공해서
Because everything he's saying works the other way too. Like, Daesun comes home tired. You know, like, he's been given heartache from his dad by, like, I'm surprised, like, he still loves his dad, because this could have panned out way worse. Like, his dad's very lucky he has such a good son who, like, still respects him and stuff, because he could resent him and it would be perfectly reasonable. Like anytime a parent tells their kids like and tries to push them to not follow their dreams, like a lot of times it ends with like the kid hating the parent. Like he's so lucky Daesung's a good kid.
다 갚아 드릴 테니까 준비해 주시고.
Dang, he had no idea. Like this little cutie pie. He's such a big heart. I can't.
어렵게 꺼낸 아들의 고백에 아버지의 눈시울은 뜨겁다.
Yes, cry. Sorry, I'm a horrible person.
그때 아빠한테 물어봐. 아빠가 이런 거 하는 거를 원래는 정말 아예 생각도 안 했어요.
I wonder how a lot of idols have a similar story, because obviously it's pretty common for your parent not to want their kids to pursue music. So my question is, because they have to sign contracts, clearly they can't, because they're not 18 or 19 in Korea, unless the laws are different there. So who's signing the contract? Because is there like where's his mom? Was his mom even in that clip? His dad would have to sign it. So that's why I think the documentary exaggerated it, maybe, because Daesung's wording it as if his dad wasn't that against it, maybe just a little bit against it, and the dad didn't look angry or like annoyed to be there. Like, I don't know, I feel like the documentary pushed it a bit worse. Alright, never mind. Oh shoot, and he's homophobic! This dad's not making it easy for me. Okay, so the documentary didn't exaggerate it. He is verbally saying this. I'm trying to be nice because this is like the early 2000s and Korea is still against gay stuff. It's so hard. It's so hard to, like, I'm sorry, I love Daesung so much. Like, he was always the member that, you know, if you watch my other reactions, you know how much I love him. So to imagine him growing up in such a very conservative and strict household with a dad who was kind of freaking trash, it kind of makes me mad. Like, it's hard for me. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to hold it back though.
그래서 아빠랑 같이 그런 거 안 봤는데 그러셨던 분이 이런 걸 허락하시니까 저희는 엄청.
But like, okay, all right. If he's happy.
아버지가 마침내 연습 중인 아들을 찾아.
Okay, yay. Okay, okay. I'll try to be nice to him. Okay, he gets to see him. I want to see them talking.
자식 있는 곳을 마다하려면 이곳에 오기까지 그리 쉽지만은 않았던 게 사실. 혜성이 오늘따라 힘이 나는 것도 다 그 때문이다.
Look how like, Dad. Me speaking of Dad. Look how happy your son is doing this. Like, because I think his reasoning, if he's a good dad at least, would be he's fearful of him not making it, wasting his time, and delaying his possibility of getting a good job that's more sustainable. Like, parents like that I'm a little bit more lenient with, but his reasoning is the girliness and stuff like that, and he hasn't worded it in a way that makes it even seem reasonable. And in general, he just seems like a pretty strict parent, which is so hard. But look, he's smiling here. He's smiling. Okay, we get redemption arc here. Look how happy. I'm gonna cry. On camera. We'll see. Okay, he looks happy. I don't know. He looks like a K-drama villain. It's really hard for me to. Don't embarrass me. We'll look it up. God, they have the same smile. Okay, I want to know where his mom is too. I'm curious. I'm gonna do some Googling after this. This was a great, okay, obviously I'm so biased towards it. But this to me felt like the most personal one without being over personal. Like with Taeyoung's, I felt really sad at the end. I felt like that was his moment, you know? And then with GD's, we met his mom, but it felt, well, GD is, his life is music, so I guess that would make sense for him. I don't know, this one felt the most like I got to know him, like personality wise. Taeyong, we learned a little bit about his personality, but it was kind of weird. And GD's, I don't think I really even saw most, I mean, because I already know a lot of his personality through other stuff, but that clip, his episode didn't give me much on him, too much, like, I don't know. This one just felt the best, the most, like, we got a story arc, basically. we watched a whole movie. And why was his dancing here like literally the exact same he danced on like Week Light Off a few years ago? Alright, who's the next member at the top? Okay. Okay, I want to see the comments. Dude, I just mentioned this. No, like, Jungwoo is literally a baby Daesung. Alright, let me Google, because I'm very curious about his mom. I saw a picture of him, I think his sister was married or something. And in the picture, his mom's there, so that's my assumption, is maybe his mom approved. But let me look something else up. Wow, I just read like a huge article from like 2010, and I'm kind of pissed off at my man Jungkook from Running Man because he called him ugly. So this was like 15 years ago, so I'll let it go. Jungkook's a pretty cool dude from Running Man. He was in Turbo, was that the name of the group? Yeah, apparently he was like, you would have never made it as an idol in my time. But I don't know if he meant it in a rude way, or if he was just being like literal. Because, you know, they're pretty blunt. Korea's way too blunt. I would cry if I ever lived in Korea. But he was born into like a religious family, and as I told you, the documentary really worded things very, like, they were really villainizing his dad. I mean, to be fair, I still think his dad's pretty trash, but that's just because of the time difference, so... But that's no excuse still. Like, I don't like when people use it as an excuse. Like, I'll like, it explains it, but it's still like, dude, you're still a pretty trash father. In the sense of like, cause what I was wondering was, is he against it cause he doesn't want him to fail? And that was the truth, and the documentary didn't really explain that too well. Maybe it wasn't translated, maybe it was cut, but his dad, apparently there was a member of the family who tried to pursue singing and ultimately never did, and you know, so that's why he didn't want his son to pursue singing, not make it, and waste a lot of time doing that, even though it wasn't really, like, you can still do other things while you're singing. But I guess I can understand, like, as a parent, you don't want your kid to work so hard for something and never get it. But even when Daesung got into this academy or something for singing, and then into the company, like, his dad was still against it. So it's like, your kid's accomplishing all these things, you know, you would think, maybe he has a chance. And then look, he did get a chance. I was trying to look at it, see if there's anything he said, like, after, you know, he made it so big. But yeah, I haven't seen too much, but you know, clearly it's shown as if he's supporting them now, so yeah. But that was a really interesting episode. Also, I mean, I've heard idols say their parents were against things, but to get like such a visual of that was really interesting. Sad, of course, but it was interesting. But anyways, I love this episode. Totally worth the wait. I know I'm harsh on his dad, but I can't. I just feel like he was raised in such a sad household. His mom was so religious, and then and it's fine if you're religious, it's just very religious. And then his dad is a strict businessman. That's the epitome of like the kid in a movie who's like getting like, that's like the pivotal, like if he was gay, like you're done, you're kicked out the family, like that's the storyline there. But I mean, I don't think he is, and I mean, we don't know, but I'm just I hope his parents are a little more accepting and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, that type of family scares me. Like that's like my fear ever, like to have such a household like that. I'm very blessed and lucky. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this episode, and I think maybe Top's next, I don't know, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5.